10 years of Drive Club, and it still looks incredible. Still one of the most impressive racing games ever, and somehow a track racing game that changed my perspective, my opinion, and I still can't understand that myself. Today we are celebrating this iconic racing game that Sony flushed down the toilet, and I will never forgive for doing so. But my friends, while we'll probably never get a remaster or a PC port or anything of the such, I've got a couple of reasons to be hopeful and excited for the future when it comes to Drive Club. There's one game, we're not getting a new one. Welcome to the Drive Club menu. You know what? Every time I come to this game, I'm like, I need to play more of this. I need to play more of this. Because quite frankly, I don't think I played enough of it. The music, the menu, the feel, the vibe, everything here is so, so good. Oh, I've got some replays that I need to look back on because I still have my PS4 save game. So I wonder how far back these time trial save games go. 2015. Okay, not super far then. But man, just... this game oozes atmosphere, and I'm actually gonna say and admit to you guys that I was actually a little bit of a naysayer when it came to Drive Club initially. What a fucking soundtrack! This is incredible. This is giving me the fizz, just the music, and just I'm not over exaggerating. I can't put words to it. The emotional feel I get from this game is crazy. Now, I'm actually going to try and dig up some of the old Drive Club videos I made, but the reasoning I think is pretty obvious, and I think it's why a lot of people, and even why Sony basically killed this series. I was aligned with Sony's kind of thoughts. You know, I changed my mind as soon as I started playing the game. Mate, the SLS, AMG, Black, of course it's bloody problem with the Drive Club, so you don't need to freaking tell me that. Mate, I'm just going to play this out and let you see what Drive Club plays like. I'm going to shut up and we're going to enjoy this together. Drive Club is a circuit racing game, and it was advertised as just a circuit racing game. And this was kind of a time where I was like, oh, we need more open world. We need more open world. Why on earth would I buy another track racing game that's not Gran Turismo? And I think that's, as I said, the way that Sony saw it. What's the point of having two circuit/track racing experiences on PlayStation that could be kind of confused? And that's ultimately why we never got another one. You know, ignoring the fact that it was a colossal fail in terms of the servers and things like that. But it just didn't make sense. An arcade track racing game. Why? We have Gran Turismo. What's the point of doing both? It should have been open world. And you know what? I never would have thought that I would have changed my mind so quickly with a game. I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty obvious that the game didn't end up being to the level that even the developers actually wanted. They had so many big ideas, but then realistically, that's game development, and you learn a lot from Drive Club. I think we all learned a lot from Drive Club. It became the beginning of the messy time for racing games, and especially games just in general. But I think to this day, this game just become one of those iconic gem highlight moment games that I don't think we'll ever see anything like again, which is really, really unfortunate. And she still looks better than most modern day racing games. It's crazy. I remember when they added Japan, it was so amazing because this is perfect timing with all going, we need Japan in every game. This was kind of the start of it. It's been 10 years since we've been asking for Japan to be in every racing game ever, but Drive Club did it. So let's look back on some of those Drive Club videos, shall we? Now, this is a throwback. I used to make these videos comparing two big racing games head to head. Hey, you gotta please the algorithm somehow. And I actually said this.
Drive Club's confusing. Now, Drive Club has a lot of detail in the cars, the most detail we've ever seen, some really fantastic looking locations, and then they slap on the handling the model that's easy to pick up, easy to master kind of thing. And that annoys me a bit inside, because if it was a simulator, then Drive Club would be fantastic, even more fantastic.
Listen. Internet brain got to me. The stupid sim racing baboons got... Shut the frick up. It don't need to be anything other than what it is, okay? Which is funny because before that video, I did a Drive Club fangirling video. Mate, this was just me saying, oh, Drive Club's amazing.
It's incredible. It's the racing game of everybody's dreams. The only...
Call me the ultimate flip-flopper. No, look, the fact that you can change opinion, big brain. Look. Oh my god, I made that noise on the video. I'm literally the same person. Here's another video from Eurogamer 2013. Where's my friend Akash who was holding the camera? I think it was Akash, and he was just shaking all over the place.
What you'd normally get with a racing game, because normally it's just shave off seconds with your time.
This is what I sounded like.
Or you can try and beat all the drifts and do the, shaving seconds off the time, or, getting through this gap at a certain time as well. And
mate, who let me upload? No, I did, and that's why I'm here, baby. That's why we're here today. Now, here's a little theory I've had, to be honest, because I feel like this game and a couple other games that I've played, mostly racing games, before they get shut down, they add these really sad songs to the default on the menu. Like, they mention in a line about how it's almost over. Then Ghost did the same thing. It's really depressing feeling, because you go on the game, you're like, damn, Sony. Right, anyway, Drive Club. Let's carry on with a little bit. So we've got so many events. If you don't know much about Drive Club, and I'm introducing you to Drive Club, basically, it was a big multiplayer social racer. You could basically do the normal solo racing experience, or you could create a club, go club v club, a proper Drive Club game. It fit the name. It was perfect. And I tell you, the DLC was next level. These are a lot of the DLC races you can see. They added races, they added cars, proper just DLC packs that clearly I haven't got that far into, which I'm quite... I say it every time, but I'm very excited to actually jump into at some point. But you started off low end, you built up the car, so there was some progression, but still not a huge amount in the normal way, because you didn't buy cars. You basically just got access to some incredible machines, and oh my lord, the Venom GT was one of them. This just added so much depth to cars that you didn't really know much about, and you got these incredible views of the cars. I almost wonder, like, did they really just bin off all these models? Or surely some of the lighting techniques and things like that, they surely use them in Gran Turismo, or use some of the work that they put into this game to any capacity into Gran Turismo. There's just no way they scrapped it all, because it makes no sense. It would make no sense whatsoever, because these are some of the best lighting and car models in a racing game still to this day. It was incredibly basic of a game, but it just looked incredible. The handling, again, I'm going to say it. I think of arcade track races, by far the best handling of those games. It taught me a lot about how to handle a car, but again, in an arcade way, so it was still fun. And actually, this game, I bought a wheel for. I actually contributed something to this game in adding the fact and telling them that you can change the degree of rotation on a wheel, and therefore they added that to the game in like the next update. I contributed that 10 years ago, which is crazy. Again, I didn't build the feature, but I told Rushy at the time, and they added it in their next update. Jesus! Clearly a little bit rusty. Oh, God, the Venom GT. It's scary when you drive something fast in Drive Club. It's scary. You almost just feel like you shouldn't. It makes me let off. Never in a racing game normally am I scared of crashing. I enjoy smashing into walls at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but this is such an emotion-filled game. I think games need to study this game still to this day and see how they did it so well. The hand motion, the motion blur that they added. This is a 30 FPS game, and I doubt any of you have gone like, yeah, it's running too slow. Which brings us on, I guess, to the next subject about Drive Club and the preservation of Drive Club. And there's kind of two ways to go about this. Ultimately, number one, you can still download it if you bought it. You can still get a disc, which is amazing. Thankfully, the PlayStation still has a disc drive, but I don't know how long for. Nonetheless, I'm a little worried about the future of the game, but also incredibly, incredibly excited. Now, huge shout out to Digital Foundry here. Mate, this is Drive Club at 60 frames a second. It is possible, using a patch and a modded PS5 or it might have been a PS4 Pro, or both, you can get DRIVECLUB. It says literally in the corner, I'm an idiot. You can get DRIVECLUB to run at 60 frames. It is completely possible. There you go, PS4 Pro, 41 frames. There's a way to unlock the frame rate on a modded PlayStation. Now, this is something that I haven't done. I haven't got a modded PlayStation, but it gives us something to look forward to in the future, because I learned a little cool feature about the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it's actually one of the reasons I thought, yep, I'm actually going to get this thing so I can showcase it and give it a go. To justify my stupid purchase, I've been looking at this. The PS4 has an image quality boost feature that allows simple upscaling without the need for PSSR. Now, I kind of wish it used PSSR, again, just to give you a bit of information. PSSR is like DLSS or FSR. It's PlayStation's version of it. In reality, it's probably a modified version of Insomniac's upscaling, which actually does a much better job in a lot of cases than FSR, which now FSR 3 is really good. But in a lot of ways, it's a clearer image. Again, to clarify further, what it does is it down-reses a game and then upscales it to a higher resolution. So Gran Turismo will actually run at 4K, but probably then upscale itself to 4K to look like a bit sharper, and it basically reduces the hardware requirement required to get higher frame rates and make the game run better, which is kind of required for the PS5 Pro because of the fact it hasn't really upgraded the CPU. We'll get into that on the PS5 Pro video, but it doesn't use that. It uses an image boost, so it's a completely different feature. It sounds like it's just going to mostly sharpen and maybe soften some jaggy edges and things like that. It's probably part of PSSR, but like not a complete experience. But anyway, apparently you can turn on the setting manually and you'll be able to make PS4 games look better. So that is pretty cool. Anyway, the unfortunate news is that
here, you can see how the frame rate unlock disables VSync. And so what we're really looking at here is a GPU benchmark of the game running on PS.
So we won't be able to do this unless we modify the consoles, but nonetheless, it'll look better. But in other good news, thank you to Modern Vintage Gamer, we are getting closer to PS4 emulation running on PC. Now, this is very, very early stages, as you can see. I mean, I think this is the only game that I've seen running, other than like 2D and 2.5D, non-3D games. But PS4 emulation, well, it's on its way, which means we can do all sorts of incredible things. We can turn up the resolution, we can turn up the frame rate. Basically, we'll have free reign of the game. And so one day, my friends, one day, hopefully not too far away, DRIVECLUB will be able to run at 4K output. Textures will still be as they are, probably, what, 720p. But the frame rate unlock will be here, and we can map inputs as to whatever we want. DRIVECLUB will be, in my opinion, officially properly preserved. And I kind of wish Sony would just do that, but, you know, they've binned the project off. Could have double monetized it, but like... Oh, I forgot that they had Scotland as well. And they also have drift events, which is what we're going to be partaking in here. I do not remember the drift button. I think I mapped it to A, but no, X on my PlayStation. I didn't even have all the cars unlocked. What's going on with me? What an absolute disgrace. Give me something... I mean, the SLS would kind of be perfect, wouldn't it? Give me something rear-wheel drive. He says he's looking at Murcielago. Ah! Please, Sony. I don't know why you destroyed this for us. Let's go for the Viper. That just... What beautiful man decided to put some stripes on this? What beautiful man gave us two color options here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's get in this Viper. Mate. Scotland. Welcome. How does this game look so good? Just bump up the resolution and you've still got the best looking racing game. Maybe one of the best looking games ever made. Just the textures, obviously, and the resolution output are the things letting it down now. But crank it out. Like, think about when you emulate PS2 games or whatever. You can bump the output resolution up sky high, and they look crispier. Ah! Right, let's get on with it. Remove those jaggies, and you've got a modern-day looking racing game. It's closed track, obviously, which is why it can manage to do it, but... Okay, this is not a drift location here. There's the drift zone. Here we go. I'm still dead. I've got some like traction control going on here. That's not nice. There's definitely some something slowing me down here. I'm in a Viper, mate. Oh! I love this so much. Oh, this is speed zone. And drift. Yes! Oh, that was good. I'm happy with that. What did I win? Oh god, I'm old. Are you winning, son? You know, we need to download this video to preserve it. This was at the PlayStation reveal when they were talking about Drive Club for the first time. Again, ignore the resolution of the stream. We're showing off the PS4 here, and this may be the first thing I remember. I think I streamed this, or at least with a group of friends. But I remember fangirling so hard about this.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Southern from Evolution Studios, and we're making the game we've always wanted to make.
Context, they made the MotorStorm games. You remember the MotorStorm games? Mate, going from MotorStorm to this is a big jump, but like, I'm glad they did. MotorStorm I enjoyed, but I never really gelled with it in the way that I did with Drive Club.
It's called Drive Club, and it's all about team-based racing.
All right, yeah.
I've waited so long to be able to tell you about it. It's existed as a concept at the studio for 10 years. We trademarked the name Drive Club 9 years ago. You can check it online. At its heart, it's always been a very simple concept about driving the very best cars in the world, in the greatest locations in the world, but crucially, doing it together. And we've literally waited for the technology to be available to deliver our vision.
The passion!
We've visited the greatest car companies there are to share this vision for next-gen team racing. And they love that Drive Club isn't just about cars and locations, not even just about winning races, but about people. We're recreating them with obsessive love. These are two of the fastest production cars in the world, the Hennessy Venom GT and the Koenigsegg Agera R. And they're as close as you'll get to the real thing in terms of detail and accuracy, with totally correct material parameters, painstakingly measured from the real thing using our custom-built photometric apparatus. We've gone borderline insane with real-world details and subtleties. We've modelled the direction of each microscopic metallic flake of paint in multiple layers. We've emulated the effect of each individual thread in the weave of the carbon fibre, so the pattern alters realistically with the lighting angle. The lights themselves are fully modelled using multiple layers of reflectors and lenses that refract the real bulbs underneath.
Look at the light
and we've modelled those rainbow patterns you get when you wax the plastic headlamp covers. Even the suede and carpet have a fibre direction map, causing them to reflect light differently. That's just a brief glimpse of Drive Club. We can't wait to show you more. Thank you.
Man, I miss events like this. And another note, just I love passion. I love passion. When someone speaks about something they genuinely care about, isn't it just the best thing ever? I love that so much. And we don't get that anymore with the events. It has to be quick fire, TikTok brain, just like... It's really unfortunate because you miss out on hearing people like this. I bet most people there, to be honest, I get it. Most people there with this guy is bonkers. He just wants to bum the car or something. But like, as car people, how can you listen to that and not go, yeah, they give a damn. I should probably pay attention to this game. And now we just get, look at the graphics. That's my Forza Motorsport man. Anyway, what I thought we'd do is go back to my oldest replay. I got a second place, so I was actually trying on that, unless there was only one other person. Oh, and it's actually, fun fact, in the Viper. So let's go to my first replay and watch Pants drive back in 2015 in the game. That's one thing I love about replays. I hear so many cool stories about, oh, you know, I used to race with my dad, and now I get to watch his replays, and like, I don't even want to, I'm going to cry if I talk about this. But anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, this is definitely just a thumbnail video. But this game, there's just never going to be anything like this ever again. The amount of passion-filledness. You could just kind of have a group together of passion-filled idiots making something like this. And I feel like in AAA, it's just not possible anymore. you have to have such a large team and have so many like people that sometimes the passion gets muddied and you don't get the full direction that you want. And maybe some enter the ring and they don't really care about cars that much, but they care about making a good game, and they don't quite understand how to align. There's just a lot that can go wrong with games these days, and I kind of hope that we can somewhat get back to that with these smaller titles, which is why I'm always so passionate about supporting these smaller titles, and why I'm always so passionate about providing, you know, Racing Game of the Year events and things like that, because I give a damn about these games, and I've seen and met and shook hands with the people that are so passionate, and it's sad how they're just thrown away when racing games, and games media in general, is the most money you can make in entertainment to exist. Take the money that music and movies make, combine them, and there's still more money to be made in games. Yet, because of how public the companies are and investments, and we need to make sure the game makes more money than the last one, otherwise it's not important. Let's just throw art in the toilet because we want to make more money than the last time we made money. So let's just kill off a franchise that we haven't given a proper chance to yet. It makes no pissing sense. Anyway, Drive Club 10 years. We appreciate Drive Club for what it's done, and I cannot wait to jump back into this game once PS4 emulation is on top, or you know, Sony maybe just lets them drop a little patch. Let's who unlock the frame, unlock the disable VSync. Basically, disable VSync, and we should be fine, Sony. You can do that, right? Right? Overwrite it? Like the old cheat engine stuff we used to use? Overwrite VSync off. And then we'll be like, oh my god, we love you, Sony. You're the best. That's all you need to do. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Here's some more Drive Club, by the way, if you're wet your whistle.